boys. Welcome back. Commish show. Playoff power rankings special. Sorry I haven't been here the last few weeks. Just been busy and I don't know, I haven't got around to it. But this was a big week. Before we get into anything, Jay finished the season 14-1 and he got the win. Beat Scrap 135 to 114. It came a lot closer than it should have because Jamar Chase had 45. If Jay was up by like 40 and then Jamar scored 45 and Jay lost, that would have summarized Jay's season. Yeah. Jay, first win, massive, sweet victory. Intro song today. Big week from Panny, 194. That was the season high. Josh Allen had 51.88 points. Logan's entire team had 54.5 is who Penny played. So that was a crazy one. And then Tim's team just went off against me. I had 148 and I lost. He had like 177 or something. That was my third loss of over 140 points. That might get reflected here in the rankings. But we'll talk about playoffs after. We're going to hop right into the rankings. Bottom up. This is right here. These numbers are the averages. So we had 10 people send the rankings in. These were the averages of all of them. So 11.8. Jay had two people get him 11 and not 12. So, ooh. Uh-oh. This might be an issue. We got Jay. Finished 1-14. Down year. He'll come back strong next year. I know it. 11th. Nikki Plate. He had the other. I think he had. Well, yeah, it had to be. Nikki Plate. He had 210 and 212, so he was consistently down there. And then 10th, we had Tim at a 9.5. Tim must have known that because he put the beat down on me this week. His team showed up. And then 9th, we had Steve at an 8.3. So, I'm not going to call out Dan, but Dan, his original rankings had Steve at number 1. I don't know what that was. But everyone who ranked was correct about the finishing places, or the playoffs, I should say. Bottom 4 didn't make playoffs. Let me pull up this. Hold on, sorry. I'm going to pull up the standings. So the standings, as we have it. Jay, like I said, he's 1-13, I'm sorry. And then Tim actually finished in. Oh, Tim and Steve were tied. Tim and Steve were tied. Nikki Plate was above them at 6 and 8. Tied with 6 and 8 was me. We're gonna move up to number 8 here, finishing at 8 and 6, which is a little weird. It gets real tight. From 4 to 8. 4 to 8's 1.4 difference. So very close, very close. We got Andrew. At a 6.7. He finished 8 and 6. He finished in 5th. As you can see, he's playing Panny. That'll be a good game, especially after what Panny just did. Next, we'll move up one to 7 at a 6.3. We have Scrap. Solid year from Scrap. Started out 0-3, I think. Finished 7-7. Finished real strong. It looks like he's up there in points. He's either 4th or 5th in points, so he's up there. He had a good year. A lot against. Move next one above Scrap. Putting up 54 points this week, we have Logan. So, Scrap, 6th seed. They think he underperformed or overperformed in the season. Logan, 7th seed. Have him at 6. Just have to flip those. Next is me, right? Yup. Next we have me at a 5.8. But you may look and say, Bri, you finished 6 and 8. You had the fifth most points against. I lost 3 games with 143. So you flip that. That gets me to 9 and 5 if I win those 3 games. 9-5, that's up there, tied for second, tied for third, tied for third. Of the people tied for third at 9-5, we have Panny, who just put up a monster game. Puka and Josh Allen, they both combined for 92, 93. I think it was 93, which was kind of crazy. Good year from Panny. He's heading in strong to the playoffs, playing Andrew, like we just said. Next, we're in the top three. I think these guys were pretty much all around there. Will, Cookster, and Dan. They were all ranked 1 at least once. Dan's lowest was 5th, Will's lowest was 3rd, and Cookster's lowest was 6th. So at the 3 spot, at 3.5 average, we have the Cookster. And Will said he doesn't understand how anyone could not have Cookster's team first. I disagreed with him. How's that C? Jesus. It's hard writing sideways. But yeah, Cookster, he is the 2 seed, plays Logan. That should be a good game. We'll see if Logan's running backs show up. They did not last week, only had 54 points. But top 2, Dan and Will, very tight, 1.9, 2.2. They were 0.3 off. At number 2, we have Dan. And at number 1, we got Will. Will was 1 to 3. Everyone ranked him 1 to 3. Dan was a little bit lower, 1 to 5. I think it's those running backs. We talk about them every week. Hold on. Dan / Cole, because Cole drafted the team. And those are our power rankings for the year. Well, it probably would have changed in the last 2 weeks, but as of 3 weeks ago. Will, Dan and Cole, Cookster, Panny, me, Logan, Scrap, Andrew, Steve, Tim, Nick, Jay. Now, we look at the playoffs. Me and Dan. You got to think Dan takes that one. Andrew and Panny, that's a close one. Very close one. Panny ended with 194 points last week. Andrew's team finished 8-6. Panny's team 9-5. That's someone to watch out for. Scrap and Will. Scrap had Jamar go off for 45 last week. I think he did something crazy the week before. But at the same time, he lost to Jay. So Scrap's coming in on a little bit of a low. Will 9-5. I think he's on a. Did he just lose? I don't remember. I didn't look. 9-5. Will. Scrap. That'll be a good one. Depends on who shows up. Obviously, that's what all this is. Once you get to playoffs, it's a crapshoot in fantasy. And then, like we said, Logan and Cookster. That should be a good one as well, barring Logan's team showing up. We know that Logan doesn't start Patrick Mahomes anymore. He's on the Bo Nix train. It's working out. Cookster's got a crazy plus 1,200 maybe for Bo Nix Offensive Rookie of the Year bet that he put in a long time ago. So we'll see. But that is it for this episode, boys. Playoff rankings. We will see everyone next week. Good luck to everyone in the playoffs. Jay, congrats. I will talk to you guys next time.